Hello everyone and welcome to the For Fun of Knit podcast. My name is Linda and I normally come to you from Surrey, British Columbia, just outside of Vancouver, Canada. I'm not there today, obviously. We are in the south of Spain in just taking a break from all the snow. And this is not my regular vlog. This is a knitting podcast normally, where I cover all my adventures and misadventures in knitting. Love the conversation that we get started through the comment section, so thank you so much. And if this is your first time viewing my podcast, by all means, please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe if you want to see future episodes. For all of you that have been following me for a while, thank you, thank you, thank you. So happy to be able to share this time with you. Today is going to be a little bit different than my normal knitting podcast. I thought it might be of interest to some of you for me just to review the Holiday Mystery Box that I purchased in December, which was a collaboration between Les Garçons and Les Aimee. The Holiday Mystery Box theme is called From Montreal to Paris. And I want to show you again. I did show in Vlogmas all the contents, but I'm going to show it to you again, just so that you can get a refresher of the yarns. And then I thought it might be fun just kind of to catalog, you know, my progress through clue 1, clue 2, clue 3. I think there's 5 clues if I'm not mistaken. And I'm thinking the first week of February is the end. I, for some reason, have lost the details. Go figure. That would be so me. So certainly want to share a little bit of my knitting adventures here in Spain, because I took everything with me. There are a few yarn shops that I would like to introduce you to that are in Estepona. I'll show a very short video of one today, probably at the end, because under COVID, only one person can be in the store at a time. Well, technically 2 groups can be in the store at a time, and so there's people waiting behind me when I'm videoing, so I couldn't take too much time to video the store. But needless to say, I did do a little bit of acquiring, so I'll share that with you as well. And then in the coming weeks, I'm going to do another full podcast of updating you on all my knitting. But this is generally specific about the Holiday Mystery Box, the Les Garçons and Les Aimee, and just showing you my progress and sort of all my thoughts as we go through the clues. Full disclosure, I'm already behind. It is January 15th. Clue 3 launched yesterday. I haven't finished clue 1. Why? It's a lot of knitting. What can I tell you? But without further ado, let's do a quick review of the mystery box. And so I'm just going to point, I don't know if I'm going to do a picture. Should I do a picture or should I show everything? No, maybe I'll show everything. There was a picture at the beginning so you can take a look at the full kit, but let's go bit by bit. And in case you're wondering, I'm wearing a fleece today. It is 13 degrees out, windy, cloudy. It's been raining for a couple of days and it gets quite cold. So yes, southern Spain can be quite warm. It can get all the way up to 25 degrees, but we're having a stretch of cooler than normal weather. So doesn't matter, we can still golf in this. Little sip of green tea. Okay, so let's start. First of all, why did I do this mystery box? I love December. It is such a fun time of the year for knitting. And when it comes to Advent knitting, gosh, I'm going to say dyers and creators start putting on Instagram pre-orders, or they announce that they're going to launch an Advent type of a kit. Some start as early as May. For example, the Cozy Knitter Advent sock, the 24 stripe Advent sock, I think she actually puts it out in the pre-order in May. So diarize that for yourself if you'd like to do that. Others do all throughout, you know, starting in May, as early as May I've seen, and then a lot come out in September, October as pre-orders. This one came out in October as a pre-order, so I jumped on it, and it's kind of, I found Les Garçons, which is Maxime Cyr and Vincent Deslander, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who are Les Garçons. They started a podcast, but they've been dyeing and designing for quite a while. I was introduced to them through one of their mystery boxes that just came up on Instagram. I don't know, I think it just was something that popped up for me. I didn't follow them at the time, but it was a monthly sock club for His Dark Materials, which is sort of a fantasy trilogy that I have read and loved, and they obviously read it and loved it and started a sock club about it. I missed out on the sock club. Wasn't paying too much attention, so I'm really upset, I was really disappointed that I couldn't participate in the first book of His Dark Materials. I don't think they've done book 2 or 3 yet. But what I love about their particular style is they have a very, very specific aesthetic. Deep and moody colors, very gender neutral, BFL for the most part. So Vincent is sort of the dyer, designs and dyed by Delz, D-E-L-Z is Vincent. And Maxime Cyr is Max the knitter, and designs by Maxime Cyr. But Maxime is also a illustrator and for children's books and an author of children's books, predominantly in French. But I do believe he has, if you look on Amazon under Maxime Cyr, C-Y-R, and I'll put it underneath here, you will actually find one of his books on Amazon. So they're children's books. So they're a fascinating partnership. And they have collaborated with Aimee from Le Bien Aimé. Now Aimee, I tried looking for information on her. I have ordered yarn from Le Bien Aimé in the past, very luxurious yarn, beautiful colors, a wide range of colors and bases. And she has a in-house base called Felix, which is a BFL base. And she used to have an actual shop in Paris, but that closed during COVID. And I don't know if it was COVID related or if it was just a change of business strategy. So she has an online shop, as do Les Garçons. So check them both out. I'll put the information somewhere. You know me, I'm not very good at putting notes in the description box. But I absolutely wanted the Holiday Mystery Box, one, because I love their color aesthetic. Max is an incredible artist, and he designs all the project keepers and the bag he designed. And both Aimee and Vincent are incredible dyers. So, wow, what a fabulous collaboration. So let me show you some of the things that came in the box. Now, the first thing that came in day one was an ornament designed by Maxime Cyr, but I didn't bring it with me, so I'm sorry. So hopefully I'll be able to find the picture that I took at Christmas, and I'll try and blow it up, and maybe I included it at the front of this video, I'm not too sure. But if not, I'll try and include it at some point. Somewhere on the internet there's a picture. But then there's these little progress keepers. I hope you can see them. Maybe against my black you can see them. So this is Max's icon. This is, or emoji, I don't know what you want to call it. This is Aimee, I do believe. Is this Aimee? No, this is Vincent. This is Vincent, pardon me. That's Vincent. It's got his logo on his hat, which is designed and dyed by Delz. And this is Aimee, Le Bien Aimé, and it's got her logo on the top of the hat. Oh, I'll stop moving. I hope you can see that. But there's, so you got 3 progress keepers as part of the package. You also got that ornament I spoke of, which is the same beautiful metallic, one-dimensional. But you also got this project bag, a beautiful canvas backpack style bag, designed by Maxime Cyr. There you go. And then you got an array of beautiful yarns. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 yarns in total. And you got 2 main yarns, and then you got 8 sort of minis. They're pretty generous minis. And so this is ending up being a color work project. Stranded color work. So, good time for me to practice my stranded color work. And I do believe it's on 3.25 millimeter needles. Let's go for the yarn first and then I'll show you the knitting. Okay, so I've already balled these up. When you're traveling, you do not bring your ball winder or your Swift. You do everything by hand. At least I do. So this is Le Bien-Aimé's main color, and I'm going to need my glasses. So this is, hope you can see the color. This is her Twist Nouveau. It's 400 meters of non-superwash merino, so it's 100% non-superwash. And the color is, the winter is Quebec winter, l'hiver québécois, which is Quebec winter, and it's a beautiful combination of, it's almost a pale, dusty, bluey gray, some taupes and some cream. It's just gorgeous. Then the second main color in the cowl, I'm assuming it's a cowl. I actually don't know that. I'm thinking it's a cowl though. Is this beautiful Surrey, and this is dyed by Dells. And so this is his logo. And you can see dyed by Dells on the back. And this is his Surrey, and this is Nuit d'hiver à Paris, which is Winter Night in Paris. Of Paris, I'm not sure. And this is 74% Surrey alpaca and 26% mulberry silk. But I have to, oh my goodness, this is the squishiest stuff. So the first part of the project, you end up stranded color working these two together. So that's interesting because they're different weights. So I wasn't too sure how that was going to work out, but I'll show you my progress when we get to that. That's these. Then you got 8 minis. You got 4 beautiful colors from La Bien-Aimée, and these are her Felix colorway. And her Felix line is 75% Falkland Merino, 25% Corriedale. And let's take a look. You get 163 meters in each one of these minis. So these are quarter skeins almost. So this Felix mini is colored Vincent Loves His Neutrals. Can you see that? It's a medium gray, beautiful. This color is called Le Ur D'Or. I don't know, Doré, pardon me. Le Ur Doré. Doré, D-O-R, accent aigu, I-I. Le Ur Doré. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and I don't actually even know what that means. But this beautiful golden yellow color. Then you get Belle Rose, which is look at that. Look at how tonal that is. It comes up so nicely on the camera. And this one is La Ville Souterraine. La Ville Souterraine. Look at that. Oh, it's just beautiful. So those are the 4 colors that you got from La Bien-Aimée. Then you got 4 colors, sort of similar in nature, from Dyed by Dells. So these are his BFL. They are 70%, they're 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. Sorry, there's no BFL in them at all. Where I got that, I don't know. So this one is like a navy blue, a grayish navy blue called Gustav's Tower. Love that one. This one, which I hope you can see, has got some beautiful colors in it. Some burgundies. This one is called Christian's Tree. So Christian's Tree. This one is called Aimee's Dotted Rays. Look at that. It's grayish on one end and really rich mossy green on the other. And then you get this complete tonal, which is called Yvonne's Cafe. So those are the actual minis that you get. And I don't know, I haven't read ahead. The 3 clues have landed. I've only read clue 1, so no spoil alerts here. But those are all the minis that I have to use. And so, how far have I gotten? Well, I will put my stitch marker back on. So far, all I know is you start with a provisional cast on, And I use Very Pink Knits tutorial on provisional cast-ons, and I crocheted a loop, crocheted a chain with a bigger crochet hook, and then I picked up all the stitches that were required. So this is what makes me think it's a cowl, because if I've got a, they might even have said it's a cowl. I don't know why I think it's a cowl. There was a lot of information, so maybe they said it was a cowl, so that's why I keep saying that. But I'm guessing it is, because if you have a provisional cast on, I can't think why else you would do it. I think you just keep knitting and then all the way around, and then we're gonna seam it at some point. I hope that's correct. But anyway, so far, look at this. You've got these beautiful stripes. So it doesn't look very straight when I'm showing you. That's not too good, Linda. It doesn't look very straight. I'm trying to show it because, of course, that's in between. Maybe if I showed it at this end. At the both ends has a, there we go, that's better. It's 3-stripe section. And then this is just alternating the colors, creating this beautiful herringbone type of effect. And so for me, it's a bit slow going. I tried with my Cozy Knitter socks to learn continental knitting. I think I mentioned it. This is my dumb hand. I'm left-handed. I'm left-handed. I write with my left hand, but that is literally, oh, I use my fork with my left hand. But other than that, everything else I do with my right hand. All sports is right-handed. I even write on a chalkboard right-handed. I cut my scissors right-handed with cutting out patterns, which I just discovered. So for me, trying to use my left hand to manage the yarn, dumb hand. I got a dumb hand and a really crafty hand. It just didn't work. So for me, so far I'm only using 2 colors. I don't know if this is going to be a 3 or 4 color stranded project. If it is, I might be in trouble. However, it's slow going for me when I do stranded color work that way, because I'm always switching between yarns and I'm very conscious of my floats. So these are my floats, pretty consistent. I think you can see that, pretty consistent. And they recommended that you go up a needle size for this color work part, which I did not do. I have been very focused on keeping my gauge very relaxed, and I'm getting a lot of stretch in here. So I think I'm okay. The way I've accomplished that is by, hello, I'm all twisted here. Chogu, you're not supposed to twist. You never twist. Why are you twisting? There we go. What am I? Is when I'm knitting and I'm putting stitches onto my right needle, I'm pulling them down and keeping my working stitches up at the top, looping over I'm pushing everything else down. So I'm creating a bit of a gap between the stitch I'm working with and all the stitches in my needle, so that so as I wrap around, take it off my needle, I shove that stitch back a bit, then pick up the next stitch, wrap it around. So I'm trying to create space between the stitches by holding all the stitches down on my right needle as I go along. That seems to be working fine for me so far. Have I made a few mistakes? Yeah. Yep, I've already made a few mistakes. What I will say is I'm not going back to fix them. Why? Because this is the most forgiving yarn ever. It hides everything. I love this stuff. So sometimes I didn't alternate by accident and, you know, whatever, or I twisted a stitch around the other way. You can't tell. And I'm not going to point them out this time because they're not very many, but I dare you, double dare you to find the mistake. It's difficult. So if I have a hard time finding the mistake, I'm pretty sure no one's going to find the mistake around my neck. So that is as far as I've gone. So clue 1, and part of the reason I'm behind even on clue 1, fuzz, is because I misread the pattern. I thought I was only supposed to do, I thought I was finished. I thought I was only supposed to do one repeat, but apparently not. I was supposed to do one repeat, then a transition section. I've got to do this section again, all over again, which I think is about 32 rows, all over again. Do the transition piece again, which is another 9 rows, and then do a setup round for the color work, I guess, with the minis. So I'm only halfway through part 1. Clue 3 is already out, so you may or may not be interested in this video, but I thought, hey, part of my podcasting is for me to, create a journal for myself. So I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. If you enjoy watching it, that's great. But stay tuned. I'm going to try and give an update every week, trying to catch up, obviously, and see how this mystery knit along turns out. So that is all I had for today. We'll have a regular podcast in a week or so, but this will be a weekly. So I'm trying to podcast every Saturday about my From Montreal to Paris mystery knit along. One last funny thing is we're supposed to catalog our progress using the hashtag From Montreal to Paris. There are other people for other reasons using that hashtag. So I don't know if anyone's noticed or not, but there are some funny photos on there that have absolutely nothing to do with knitting. So yes, I will still post my photos on that hashtag From Montreal to Paris. So if you want to follow it, that's great. But anyway, that's my progress, and looking forward. I've got to find out when they're going to issue the next monthly sock club for his dark materials. Might be just a half-year sock club. I'm not too sure how the first one worked, but book 2, I'm on book 3, the Amber Spyglass. And what else? Anyway, check them both out, Les Garçons and Les Bien-Aimés. If you're not familiar with them, I'm sure you are, but just in case you're not. Fabulous dyers and designers. So anyway, that is my holiday mystery box from Montreal to Paris thus far. So talk to you soon, and hopefully with more of an update. Take care.